All right, so you just watched Welcome In. That is the opening scene to the musical. It exists in a limbo space. It exists in the Kit Kat Club, okay? It is the MC basically kind of giving you the tinge of feeling about what it's like right now in Berlin, okay? Oh, there's no troubles here. Did it seem like it, or did it feel like we were ignoring something bigger that was going on? Answer that question. I'm interested to see your opinion. Did you feel at ease, or did you feel like maybe something this guy's saying isn't adding up? Interesting, right? So we had that scene, and then we're cutting to what's going on in real life. So, again, this is a memoir written by Cliff. So it starts with Cliff traveling to Berlin. Cliff is traveling to Berlin with his friend, Ernst, okay? Ernst is a German smuggler. He works on the black market. He's a shady guy, okay? But they're both on the same train going to Berlin. They know each other. They've had a history prior to the show. We don't really know much about it, but that's what it is. So Cliff is like, I don't know where to stay. Ernst says, oh, stay at this boarding house owned by Fräulein Schneider. It's great. And he calls Fräulein Schneider and he says, you should let this guy stay here. And she goes, okay, sure. So Cliff gets to the boarding house owned by Fräulein Schneider, and Fräulein Schneider says, it's going to be $100, but Cliff says he can only pay $50. And then we kind of see this issue that Cliff has with money. It's important to note that Cliff is poor. So Fräulein Schneider says, nah, okay, I'll take it, because she's not getting much business right now anyway. That is also too important to note. She's not getting business. Cliff is poor. This kind of starts some conflict, okay? So Cliff is sets up his room at Fräulein Schneider's. All is great. Then we get a cut scene back to the Kit Kat Club, okay? This, however, is not in limbo. This is real life, because you'll see why. So the MC introduces the character Sally Bowles, okay? Sally Bowles is, the Kit Kat Club is like a vaudeville-esque kind of nightclub where they put on vaudeville-esque shows, okay? So Sally Bowles is their star at the moment, and that is because she's dating the owner. So Sally Bowles comes out. She sings her first number, Don't Tell Mama. We're not going to watch it because it's questionable. So she sings that first number, and as she's singing that first number, Cliff enters the club. This is why this scene is not in limbo. This is what's happening. This is the introduction between them two, okay? Cliff, at the end of Sally's first number, starts to talk to Sally and tries to kind of like feel her out. He seems like kind of attracted to her in a way, and Sally's like, listen, I'd leave with you. However, my boyfriend owns the place. He'd be mad. He'd be jealous. And then she sings another song, Mein Air, and it's kind of her like it's her last like real song in the Kit Kat Club. It's her last like real life song. The rest of the songs that she will sing in the Kit Kat Club are in this limbo zone, and you'll see why. Okay? So Cliff leaves, goes home, and the next morning he wakes up and Sally's at his door. Turns out her boyfriend saw her talking to Cliff, got mad, and fired her. She's fired. She's not allowed to perform at the Kit Kat Club anymore. That was like her life work. So now she is also out of a job and poor. She goes to Cliff for help, who at the time was teaching Ernest English lessons. Not super important. It just kind of shows that they have a relationship. She goes, I need to live here with you. Cliff says, I'm poor. I cannot afford to have us both live here. And she goes, well, why not? And they sing this song, and then she convinces him. in kind of lieu of that, because this is like a questionable arrangement. They're not dating. They're kind of strangers. It's weird. They're living together. It's a one-room kind of place. The MC sings a song to kind of highlight that, and it's like an exaggeration of the situation. Again, not gonna watch it. If you want to watch it yourself, feel free. But that's kind of the first version of this limbo interjection satirical thing we see from the Kit Kat Club. Okay, now we're like, oh, so this is how this is going to be set up. Something's going to happen, and then we're going to get a song that's kind of poking fun at it, making fun in a satirical way from the Kit Kat Club. It is no longer a tangible place, okay? And that's important to note. We'll keep going in the next video.